Hello, right, so we're in Stafford Runners today and with Trace over there. Hello, Trace.
Hello.
And Neil behind the camera. We thought we'd just spend a few minutes and talk trail shoes. So we think we've probably got one of the best trail shoe ranges around. We stock 13 or 14 different trail shoes, ranging from the super grippy to the not so grippy and fast and soft and whatever else. So we're going to talk through a few in a minute, but we just want to highlight the fact that we had experience at the running show last week, and a lot of people were asking questions about trail shoes. The other manufacturers that were there, the brands didn't really make much of an effort on the trail side of things, and a lot of people came over to the Scott stand and were like, what's your best trail shoe? What's this? I've got this event coming up, so you might find this little video quite useful. And just to start off with a few of our favourite ones, first of all, we'll go for the racy. So this is the Scott, and for those people that don't know Scott, predominantly trail shoes, and they do a very good range of trail shoes, but they have been a little bit focused on the race side of things more than maybe soft and comfort. This is one of my favourite. They do 4-5 different kind of racier shoes, starting from super lightweight with a real minimal grip, right up to the Supertrac Ultra RC. This one kind of fits in the middle. It's got a really nice grip on the bottom. Used it for, maybe I've had 3 or 4 different pairs of these over the years. The grip is really, really good. So if I go over and run through the mud on the mountain bike trails, on Cannock Chase, things like that, always got enough grip. Really like that. The fit is a little bit, perhaps not on the wide side, but it's more forgiving than certainly some of the other shoes are. You feel quite a nice low to the ground, and so you can feel the difference of terrain. It's a shoe for those that really want to go quick through sort of any kind of terrain, and it ticks that box from there. And it's got this shallow upper that's really sort of wear resistant, so you've got to work very hard to kind of rip this sort of stuff, and it's also a little bit got a water repellency, so that's a really good shoe for those kind of people. The other option that we do have is that we naturally get some people that want maximal grip, so they going off into the hills, walking on the fells, that kind of thing. Not so much a race shoe, but something that's going to give you absolutely every bit of grip that you want. And we can just see it on the bottom there, massive big lugs. Not particularly ideal for if you are running on hard stone tracks all the while, because you don't really need all that grip, and they do move a bit. But for those that are going to go out into the real deep, thick mud, deep, wet grass, that kind of thing, really ideal. And it's the slightly cheaper version than the Ultra that's I mentioned, that's quite popular with some of the local runners. It hasn't got the shallow upper, but it's got Scott's own version. So again, like ripstop material, really hard wearing. If you have got a habit of pushing through the side of shoes and things like that, then you'll find Scott shoes really durable. I have to say, out of all the brands that we do deal with, Scott seem to last longer than all the others. Other shoes that we really like, the Challenger. It's been around for a long time, from Hoka. Challenger ATR, which in effect means all-terrain. And it's really nice that it's got a lot of cushioning in it, very similar to the Clifton 8s, which is a really big selling road shoe that we do. So it's super soft, and unlike a lot of the Hoka in the range, it's just got that little bit of width on the front, so it's a bit more forgiving if you have got a little bit of a wider foot or bunions or anything like that and you need a bit more extra space. Minimal grip on the bottom, but for what a lot of people do, plenty enough. Certainly hard stone tracks, fire roads, parks, canal towpaths, that sort of thing, really good for. It's a shoe that's very popular for us, really, with park runners. So for those that want a shoe to do absolutely everything, and don't want to invest in multiple different types of shoes for different terrains, it's really good that you can run around the streets, around the home in the week, on the tarmac. It's got plenty enough cushioning for that and enough stability for it. But also then the weekend, if you go and do a park run off road, like around here, we've got Chasewater or Cannock or Isabel. There's enough grip to cope with that off-road terrain. So really nice. And believe it or not, I actually ran Liverpool Marathon in one pair of these once. So suitable enough for some big mileage. Probably the favourite running trail shoe at the moment, and possibly we would say our best-selling trail shoe,
My favourite.
Tracy's favourite in the background there, and the Speed Goat from Hoka. It's a little bit more racy, certainly, than the Challenger that just showed there. So it's a little bit narrower in the fit, and it does catch some people out. Sometimes you have to go at least a half, maybe a full size up in to get the right fit that's comfortable. Vibrant sole, and a lot of people say, oh, it's not got much grip, but believe me, it's got plenty of grip for muddy trails. I've been using this for quite a while now, and I've got to say, very rarely do I end up on the floor, although I've had a few near misses. The upper's quite nice and soft, but supportive, and it's very soft on the bottom. It's one of those that I would like to be running in this all the while, because it's nice and fast, and it feels like it wants to go, and there's loads of grip. But unfortunately, a little bit damaged and a little bit fragile now, so the Speed Goat comes in. It's the next best option. So if you are a little bit delicate and you need that softness and you need that comfort, then this is probably the shoe to go for, and certainly highly rated by our team. One to throw in the mix is the Cloud Ultra from On. Got to say, out of all of them, it's probably the best looking shoe, and there's no surprise there, because On generally make a good looking shoe. But not quite as soft as the Speed Goat, we would say, and probably not quite so grippy. But if you want something that's perhaps not quite so garish as the Hoka, a little bit firmer, because softness isn't always a great thing, you'll find that the Ultra might just tick the box for you. And it's got a weird tongue, so it's all stitched all the way through, so it's not separate in any way. So some people find it a little bit difficult to get on, but once they've got it on, it feels like a sock. And that's one of the feedbacks that we do get from it, that they really like. And it's got this little flip chip in from On, that if you're really wide and really pushing the width of the shoe, you can flip it over, and it does make it a tiny little bit wider. It does make a massive difference. It's not revolutionary, but it does help a little bit if you are really wide in the foot. So certainly an option. Great along the canal paths, and the grip probably suits that really. So if you were going really mud plugging, it's probably not enough, but possibly if you're running on a lot of rock, it might be an ideal shoe, given the fact that the Mission Grip's quite soft, so it will grip well. On the other flip side of that is, if you use it a lot on the tarmac, you'll burn through the grip quite quickly, and the life won't last too long. So there we go. That's a brief little kind of overview of our trail range, and the ones that we really like. But there's also lots in the range that will suit everybody. There's more from Hoka, there's more from On, and there's certainly more from Scott. So if you're interested, drop on our website, take a look, or come into store. We've got trail range at Milford, and we've also got Stafford. Thank you very much.